Hello, everyone, and welcome to Petite to Queen's Claim Your Career Crown podcast. I'm your host, Lynn, and today I'm joined by our wonderful guest, Ashley Ann. And we're going to be talking about your hidden fortune, how to sell with social media. This is an incredible topic. I actually can't wait to hear this interview, and I want to tell you a little bit about Ashley Ann because she is known as King Ashley Ann. Oh my goodness, all the royalty that we have right here, right in this room. And she is a talented business builder, public speaker, and social media strategist. Ashley Ann has helped over 11,000 individuals monetize their social media and over 700 people create six-figure incomes. She has currently helped 151 people create seven-figure incomes, and 9 of her clients are consistently doing $1 million months. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. And Ashley Ann has also helped over 1,000 businesses generate 25,000 to 40,000 per month using live stream. So Ashley, it's such an honor and pleasure to have you here today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Absolutely. And before we get started, for those of you who may be joining us for that very first time, make sure you don't miss a single episode by subscribing to Claim Your Career Crown wherever you get your podcasts. And while we're on the subject, if you love what we're doing and you love the show, please leave us that 5-star review. We would very much appreciate it. All right. So, Ashley Ann, I'd love to hear what inspired you to get started.
Believe it or not, I just got online to assist people. So when I started live streaming, oh gosh, it's starting to run together maybe 7, 8 years ago. This was high time for these. They would do these scams, right? So there are all these people, and they'd say, "Hey, we can help you market your business. We'll do Facebook ads," and they had these things called a worldwide campaign, is what they would do. And so you, as the local business owner, would start to get really discouraged because you're working with this company. They're charging you thousands of dollars a month. And they're like, well, look, I got 12,000 people to view your page. We got 20,000 people to view this post. So there's just something wrong with your product, right? But back in the day, Facebook it was called the Power Editor back in the day. And it was very intimidating. It was almost like learning a new language. And they were counting on the fact that people didn't really understand what was going on inside of there. And so the business owner would just think like, man, like I'm sucking it up. And they didn't know what these people were doing were running these worldwide campaigns. So they would go and purchase traffic in lower tier countries, right? So less expensive traffic is going to come out of like, maybe Cambodia, the Philippines, maybe, Nigeria or something like that. People that are not anywhere near you. They're never going to come to your store. They're never going to come to your site. They're never going to patronize. They're going to like and they're going to look, but they're not actually your true customers. And so because the average consumer did not know, how to really read the reports, what was really going on, and they were getting their butts handed to them. I know ads like the back of my hand. I was like, I get on and teach for free. So I literally just got on and started Late Night Biz just to help small business owners and aspiring business owners, learn how to navigate through Facebook and YouTube ads and conversion systems. And I had no idea it was going to grow as large as it grew. I had no idea, that I ended up like doubling my revenue that year. And all of these wonderful things came from me just honestly wanting to get on and help people not get scammed.
Wow, that's fantastic. And that is the thing is when you help and serve others, that karma, that vibe that you're putting out there, it comes back to you. And I love that story. I'm curious. So now as you've built your business and you are helping so many different people and whether entrepreneurs or small businesses, what's your process? How do you start with your clients? What do you go through? And how do you deliver the results that you're doing?
So the biggest thing is just assessing the client because everyone wants different things, right? I have some clients, they want to be, multi-million dollar, build these huge conglomerates. And I have some people come in, they just want a comfortable life and they want financial freedom and they want to be happy every day when they wake up. So just kind of figuring out where does that client, like, what's their goal? Where do you want to be? And then also, where are you right now? Is this just an idea or, have you been in business 3 years, 5 years, maybe 7 years offline with traditional mechanisms, and now we just need help transitioning you online. Once we figure out where that client, like where they want to be and where they are right now it's figuring out, well, what type of assistance do you want? Do you want to learn these things and do it yourself? Or are you looking for something that's done for you? Or do you need a consultant, right? They pick whichever category. I would say 80% of people want to learn how to do it. And so then I have small groups. So I have this program called InstaCoin, and you come inside of there. Every week we have live trainings. We have also pre-recorded modules with kind of like step 1, step 2, step 3, right? Go through the process. And then we teach everything from like creating your content, how to build your audience online, building up your different list mechanisms, how to do deals with sponsors, how to sell high ticket items through social media, and then even how to get people over to your e-commerce store. And of course, we cover like ads and funnels and your trees and all that good stuff. But it's a pretty simple process, right? Like find out where your client wants to be, find out how they want to get there, and look at where they are right now and give them the best recommendation.
All right. Well, that's fantastic. I'm curious, when you're working with clients, do you find that there's anything that really stands out that holds them back?
Yeah, mindset is the biggest thing. Whatever we tell ourselves we can do or can't do, that's just what the truth is. And I'll be honest, most people are really mean to themselves. Um, they are, and they get so they're driven by fear, right? They're so focused on what if I fail, what if it doesn't work, what if I don't get the results that I'm looking for. Sometimes they have like very unrealistic timelines, and I know a lot of that is because on social media, you have all of these overnight guru, amazing people. And I'm like, that is not the reality for most people. And most of these people that are presenting themselves to you in that way they're liars. They're so
Yeah.
full of crap. They're so full of crap. But people, they feel like they're behind, right? They feel like something's wrong with them. They feel like they've missed the mark. They feel like, oh my God, I've been wasting my life away, like all these crazy things. And then they think, well, I don't have, 100,000 followers, so I'm never going to make money online. And no, it's about the quality and not the quantity. I have so many clients that are in between 500 and 1,000 followers, and they make in between $5,000 and $10,000 a month with their social. So the biggest thing, it's trying to help people, understand you're where you're supposed to be at. You're right on time. You're not too late. There's nothing wrong with you because you don't have 100,000 followers, online. And there's nothing wrong with you because you couldn't figure out how to master, social media monetization in 2 weeks, the way some liar, while they're sitting with their glass of champagne on their private jet telling you that you're a loser because you're not out here living the life they're living, right? And it really plays on people's mental. So I would say the mindset is the biggest hurdle, me just trying to help my clients like get into reality, give themselves some grace, you know what I mean? And help them build up the confidence to know that like, you're going to do this, you're going to be successful with it, and you get to run your race in your own time, right? Don't let other people put pressure on you about how fast it's supposed to be happening.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate the advice that you just shared because there are, unfortunately, in our bigger space, there's just so many people out there selling snake oil. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
They
is.
tell people what they want, they prey on them for their dreams. They, in my opinion, steal their money. They
Yes.
take their money and all they do is literally throw them into Kajabi. And then if somebody actually has a question, they're asking it with a question. They never
Yeah.
actually help you, or they're putting you into some cookie cutter mold And I think we are both living large. We are not in a cookie cutter mold,
Not at all.
and we are recognizing the unique, special part of our own clients and who they are, and getting involved with them on that level instead of doing this. And it can be hard for people, especially when they experience that. And then they have to go, oh my gosh, I went through all of this and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Do you have that happen? And then how do you show them, how they can find that hidden fortune and sell with social media?
Yeah, so unfortunately, by the time most people find me, they have already met some of these scammers. Most of my clients that come to me, they are thousands of dollars, that they have spent with trying to build a business or brand or become an influencer, whatever the goal is. So the biggest thing, I try and get my clients out of the mindset of feeling like they have to be an expert. Oh my God, I hate expert culture. Like, I mean, I know that there are true experts in the world, right? But everybody has this dream that they have this thing in their head that they feel like they have to position themselves as an expert. No, don't be an expert, be a resource, right? And being a resource allows you to be who you are right now. And you're just simply saying, this is what I have figured out, or this is what I enjoy, and I want to share it with you. So that's the first thing. That's the first part to being able to find a fortune online. Like, just what do you want to offer into the world? Don't try and hype yourself up. You don't have to make yourself larger than life. Just be like, no, I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a girl, I'm a guy, I'm a social worker, I'm an artist, I do makeup, I do lawn care, I'm a lawyer, whatever you are, like, this is me. And I am a resource for things concerning this, because this is what I know, and this is what I like, and this is what I'm into. Once we get past there, the next thing is helping people work through the process of what they want to share online, right? Some people are super transparent and they tell you everything. They tell you when they're getting up in the morning, they tell you how they feel, they took a shower, I'm in the bathroom, I'm headed to the bank, right? They're telling you everything. Most people aren't that transparent, and they want a level of privacy. So helping my clients figure out, okay, now what part of your life do you want to share? Because you do have to have points where people feel like they can relate to you, right? It's social media. You got to socialize. And a lot of people are buying into you because there's a certain group of people, they like you. They like you, they like the brand, they like what you represent. They may like that you guys have the same dog, or like your coffee the same way, or, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that makes somebody kind of click and say, hey, I like this guy, or I like this gal. So what part of your life do you want to share? So that way you don't feel like you just have to put everything out there if you're uncomfortable with that. And now, because that's going to be 20% of your content, is the actual socializing, let's relate. The other 80% of content needs to be around whatever your core offer is, right? So what are the frequently asked questions about this? Why is someone even using your product or your service or your offer or listening to your podcast or whatever, right? But like, what's the reason? Who are the 1 to 3 groups of people that care about this thing? Some people, I ask them, who's your everybody's my customer. Lies. Everyone is not your customer. There's only 1 to 3 sets of people, and they're going to be pretty specific. Not to say you won't have some outliers, but like, probably 75 to 80% of your customers are going to fit in between those 1 to 3 groups of people. So who are they? And then how can I help them every day, right? How can I answer a question for them? How can I solve a problem? How can I make them feel good? Is there something I can explain, a term, a definition, a concept? Can I take, something that's happening in the real world right now with interest rates or something, and tell them how this is going to affect them, right? But how do I put something out here that's going to make them travel through life a little easier, right? That's the ultimate goal. So you take that and then you look at what your core offer is. Well, now let's answer some questions around the core offer, right? Who does it help? How does it help them? Let's talk about the supplies or the ingredients or why it was created. So let's talk about the benefits of whatever that thing is, right? And then let's talk about how we're able to incorporate it with other things. And then let's share some stories or feedback of people that have used it or consumed it. So that's going to build out your content buckets. So you don't have to know exactly what you're going to post every day, but you want to have an idea of the type of content you want on that page, right? So now you can do a mix and you can say, I'm going to do terms and definitions. I'm going to share my coffee in the morning, right? Or my morning meditation. Then I'm going to show maybe like a testimonial. Then from there, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to answer a question for someone. Maybe I'm going to go deeper into elaboration and do a live stream. And now you're in the process of strategic content that builds you an audience, establishes you as a resource, and makes sales.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that what you just touched on, especially of getting into the client why,
Yeah.
what they want, need, or lack, why it matters to them so they can, and then how your product or service aligns with that so that you can serve them and create impact. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Ashley Ann.
Thank
So
you.
I want to ask you, this is the tough question for everyone here listening. So if someone was going to take action today or tomorrow or this week, what should they do next so that they can start revealing that hidden fortune?
The first thing I would tell people to do, get you a notepad and you want to write down, if you didn't have to pay a bill, if money didn't exist in this world, what would you do all day? Whatever that is normally the easiest place to start making money. It comes easy to you, it's natural to you, and you enjoy it, right? So, because you enjoy it, you're also going to be able to endure the things that are not so great about it. The second question I would say is ask yourself, okay, maybe because sometimes people are like, I don't know what I like to do, right? Well, what skill set do you have? What hobby do you have? What's your experience? Is there some way that we can take this and monetize it outside of our 9 to 5? If so, all right, let's go for it. And then the third thing that I always tell people to do, if they can't get it from number one or number two, there are 5 people in your life, and you're just going to ask all 5 people the same question, because it's going to be amazing. There's going to be some overlap. And what I've found is a lot of things that we're naturally gifted at, we don't necessarily see it as a talent or a gift or something that someone wants to know more about, right? Because we can just do it. And so we just feel like everyone else can just do it and they can't. So if you have a parent or a parental figure, you're going to say, hey, I'm doing a little project and I would like for you to tell me 5 things that I do well, right? Then you're going to go and ask one of your friends. You're going to ask the same thing, 5 things that I do well. If you have like a colleague or coworker, you're going to ask the same thing. What are 5 things I do well? If you are in a romantic relationship and you have like a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, someone you're dating, you're going to ask 5 things that I do well. And then finally, if you have like a spiritual, like maybe like a prayer partner or a spiritual leader or guider, what are 5 things that I do well? Now, what's going to be astounding about this is there's going to be severe overlap. And you ask these 5 different people because they all know you in 5 totally different ways, right? And so
Yes.
it is blaringly obvious what your gifts and your talents are. And so if you don't know what you like to do all day, if you didn't have to pay any money, if you don't want to take your current skill set, right, that you've learned in your 9 to 5 and monetize it, then ask them, what do I do well? And you're going to be shocked that you're going to get so much overlap about the same thing. And that gives you a really clear direction to walk into saying, okay, this is how this is what I'd like to put out into the world, and I can make money doing this.
Yeah, that's fantastic. This is such great advice. I hope you all took notes. Oh my goodness. Ashley Ann, thank you so much for sharing your hidden fortune, how to sell with social media. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. And I know that our listeners are going to want to know more about where they can find you and connect with you.
Yeah. So as we talked about all of this crazy information that's out here and all these people, just full of fluff, McGruff, I am trying to counter that. I'm doing my best. So on Sunday, I'm doing a free training. If y'all go to planwithashleyann.com, it will not cost you a thing. I'm not going to ask you any credit card information, none of that. Now, this is a very intensive training. We're going to be together like half the day, okay? But I'm going to break down the beginning of how you start the process of making money online, what systems and softwares you need, how you build up an audience, how you walk over into actually making sales. We're going to go through funnels. And then once you start making sales, the kind of easy way to start doubling or tripling so you can start scaling. So it's a very intense training. It's going to take us like 3 to 5 hours. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Please don't be intimidated. I do my best to answer as many of the questions as I can at the end of the training. But I would love for you guys to come and join me in that if you're interested in monetizing your social media, because I'm going to tell you how you really do it. Okay. And you can't get that covered in an hour.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Planwithashleyann.com. All right. That's absolutely brilliant. So this has been so amazing, Ashley Ann. What an incredible discussion. And for those of you who joined us, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate hearing from you. So if you have a comment, please leave that down below. And if you have a question or would like to suggest a topic for discussion, you can email us at jointheconversation@petitetoqueen.com. And to stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, incredible episodes like the one today with Ashley Ann, you can sign up for our weekly wisdoms newsletter at petitetoqueen.com. And I want to thank everyone again for tuning in. And Ashley Ann, my goodness, it has been just an absolute privilege and pleasure to have you on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.